guys, I'm Lise from Lisa's Crafty Creations, and today I'm going to be doing a review on one of the paintings that I've just completed. Now I have got a point system. The total points available are 15.5. So we'll see how this scores according to my point system. Now, I'll go through it quickly. Get a point for branding, whether it's true to size, does it have an injury sheet, what's the canvas quality like, what's the drill quality like, the adhesive, what adhesive was used, places, now whether or not you can use a placer, single placer, multi-placer, that kind of thing, whether there's colour blocking or lots of confetti all included in that. Symbols. What are the symbols like? Are they clear on the actual canvas themselves? But what are they also like to use, to read on the key, and like mix up things like that? I'll explain as I come along. Does it have DMC codes? Was there any leftovers? Was it kitted up? And how was it kitted up? The name of the picture. Is there a name on the picture? Is there a code on the picture? And on the, actually I'm going to change that to 16 points and give it an extra half a point if it has the code on the bags as well, the drills. Does it have an artist's name? What is the key code like, and what is the thumbnail like? Is there a key code on one side, two sides, bottom, right, left, all that kind of thing? Is there a thumbnail present on the canvas? And you get a point, half a point, depending on where the key code is. So half a point for one, and then half a point plus half a point if there's another key code on the canvas. The end results, what was the finish like, and what were the drills? Was there any pop in? Do I have to seal it or anything like that? Okay, so that's a possible score of 16. Let's see how we go for this one. The first point, is it branded? Yes, it is branded. This actually came from the Easy Whim subscription box, and the brand isn't on the top there. Now I think it's important to have branding because sometimes you forget where you got the painting from. If you've had it for a while and you lose drills and you think, where can I get the drills from? Can I contact the firm? But you haven't kept a record of it in your logbook or something like that. If it has it on the kit or on the canvas, it's easy for you to then contact the company. You can look it up and get some help off them. So I think it's always good if you've got branding. Is it true to size? Now this one says that it is 35 colours and it's a 30 by 40. Well, it definitely had 35 colours in it. Now is it true to size canvas? Now I want to measure it, the drill field. That's what we were looking for. The drill field is true to size. So this one's 40 by 30, so it's bang on. This one's true to size. So it gets a point for branding, it gets a point for true to size. Did it have an inventory sheet? Yes, it did have an inventory sheet. The inventory sheet included a thumbnail and the key code, which was brilliant because I was able to then cut that up, put it into my logbook and use it to help with the kitting up as well. Canvas quality. The canvas is nice actually. It's a movable canvas. It's not like your hard rough ones. It's not soft as in DAC soft. It's not got the velvety back, but it is quite a nice canvas, so I will give it a point for that. Drill quality. Now, was there much trash? No. There was very little trash because the drills didn't have tags on, they didn't have the bubbles on the top. All in all, they were very good. There was very little extras in the bags, you know, like mixes up with colour. They were actually really nice. They had a nice sparkle to them. And as I say, there was little to no trash, so it gets a point for that. Now, it was double-sided adhesive. which means it loses a point for that. Double-sided adhesive can bring with it lots of problems. You get rivers, you get bubbles, and it's very unforgiving. So if you have an accident with it, if you roll it the wrong way, that kind of thing, it can have a big impact on the actual adhesive itself and cause more problems. A lot of the problems can be fixed, but if you get a really badly damaged canvas, then sometimes it's just a case of having to discard it, which is a real shame because these aren't cheap. But if you do have problems with the adhesive and anything like that, please contact the company, and they very often not will be very helpful. They may even replace it or give you information and advice on how to try and fix the problem. So please contact the company if you're having issues with the canvas or the adhesive in any way, and that's on any kind of adhesive. But as I say, you're more likely to get the issues with double-sided. So poured glue is much better, and then apparently there's this mounted glue now, which is even better still. So we'll have to see how that goes. Places, was I able to use a multi-placer? No, not because there wasn't areas of colour blocking. There was areas of colour blocking that I could have used the placer. Definitely a 6 placer could be used, but you had to be careful when using the multi-placer because of popping drills. Now, the drills aren't popping because of the quality is poor. The drills are popping because it's a very tight fit. So if you use a multi-placer, sometimes the fit, it's not tight enough, that you're just off square with the symbols or the squares on the canvas. So it can mean that you're squashing your drills in, and then that's causing the popping. If you single place, however, you're much more likely to hit the square in the right place. So if you want a really neat good finish on a square canvas, single placing, you're more likely to get that. But as I say, multi-placing's great, and I think it will work well on some canvases, but this one, it just was causing more problems than it was helping. So it loses half a point for that, although there was some colour blocking, so we'll give it half a point for the colour blocking. It's just unfortunate that we couldn't use and take advantage of that colour blocking. The symbols, what were the symbols like? Well, they actually, on the canvas, they weren't too bad to read. They were clear. There was no like fuzziness or slight mix up with the canvas, so you weren't seeing double, or they weren't blurred. They were a good quality symbol on the canvas. However, there was some issues with the symbols themselves. For example, I don't know whether you can see these symbols here. If I lift them up to the camera a little bit, we had 2 issues mainly. One was that three of the drills, especially when they were all clumped together, were difficult to see. We had a diamond. We had, you see, number 12 was the diamond. Then we had the what do they call it? The leaf, and then we had this Saturn planet. The club, sorry, that's a club, isn't it? Now, when these symbols were together, especially the diamond and the Saturn, they could look very alike. So you had to double check sometimes that you were hitting the right symbol. It was easier when they were separated, and you could definitely see a colour change, what colour it was. But when they were all mixed together, sometimes it was difficult to differentiate between the two. The other issue I had was with I think they only had one on this kit, and that was numbers. When you use numbers for canvases, we beg the company to actually use the same number symbol as there is package. So for example, on this kit, we had symbol number 4, but it was actually in bag number 10. Let's see here. So we had to double check all the time, because when you see symbol number 4, you think, right, I want number 4. And you end up picking up bag number 4, when in actual fact, you need bag number 10. And this is particularly the case when the bags are actually kitted up with just their numbers on and not the symbols. So that was why it was good to have the inventory sheet with this, because then I was able to cut it up and put the actual, put it through my sticker maker. So I photocopied this, put it through my sticker maker, then I was able to cut these out and put it on the bags, because it came ready kitted up, which was great. So you could put this on the kit, and that helped me double check that I had the right symbol with the right number. DMC codes are present. They weren't on the bags, they weren't on the actual single baggies, but they are on the canvas and they were on the inventory sheet. So you can double check the DMC codes and use that for their storage if you wish, depending on how you store your drills. So it gets half a point for it's half a point for places and half a point for the symbols. Gets a point for the DMC codes because they're on. Leftovers. Now we had plenty leftover drills and very little trash, so we get a good point for that. It was kitted up, which was brilliant. It was kitted up in baggies, which it gets half a point for that. But there was only the number on the bag, like the number bag it was. There was no symbol or DMC code attached to the bag itself, so it loses half a point for that. Because as I say, when you've got a number symbol that doesn't correspond with the number on the bag, you can get easily confused. So it is good when they've got both the number and the symbol on the bag. It's easier then for us to be able to get the right symbol or get the right drill. Does it have the name of the picture on? I like a canvas to have the picture's name on, so that you know what you're painting. And you know, people say, well, what's that? And you like, well, it's a mermaid sat on a rock with a... Whereas if you could just have the title, you could read the title out, and that would be really useful, nice to have. It is good that it has the code on, so I would give it half a point because it's got the code on. If the code's on the bags or on the... when you get the big bag with all the little bags in, so you get... if it comes with the code on the actual... bag full of drills, then that's great, because then you can, if you want to, you can store them separately and come back and find the drills according to the code on the canvas. So that's good. So it gets it did have that, so it got a point there. But it loses half a point because it didn't have a name on the canvas, it just has the code on the canvas. So it gets half a point for a code on the canvas, half a point for a code on the bags, but loses a point for the name. Now I think it's good to have a name on the canvas because it also gives the artist a bump up, so it's nice as well if the artist's name's on the canvas, because I say you don't always keep a log of it, you don't always keep the box or whatever it was put in, so it's nice to have the artist's name on the canvas because then it shows recognition. So the name of the painting and the artist's name, I think, is really nice to put on the canvas, and that should be maybe one of the things that is considered, because it gives notification, it gives recognition to the artist, which I think is important. So this one loses a point because it doesn't have the artist's name on. It does have, as we can see, it has the key on one side of the painting, this side. It doesn't, however, have it on the top side. So it gets half a point for having a thumbnail. It gets half a point for having the key on one side, but unfortunately it loses half a point because it hasn't got the key on both sides. With this size painting, it's not as big an issue because you can see that end, but when you've got a big painting, something like 100 by 30 or 100 by 90 something, it's good to have the key on either side of the canvas, because then you're not having to continually move your canvas around, and especially if there's no inventory sheet, it's even more important that the keys are clearly visible on the kit, on the canvas, preferably on both sides. Now then, the end results. The end result is it's got a nice shine. The finish is nice, other than the pop and drills, which it loses half a point because the drills mean, because of the popping of the drills, it means I'm constantly putting those drills down. So what I need to do is roller it, which I have done in a number of cases. But what I will do is roller it, then straight away seal it, and I'll seal it with this mini wax water-based polyacrylic protective finish in a clear gloss. I will show you how I'll seal that in another video. I'll seal this painting on camera, and I just use a normal large paintbrush. So it loses half a point because I have to seal it. I don't normally seal my paintings at all. I very rarely have problems with drills popping off. Even when I give them away, I can roll them, store them for a long time, and I don't very often have drills popping off. I always keep spare drills so that if they do pop off, I do have spare drills, and I have a storage system for both round and square. So I will show you that at some point. So I'm able to, like if anything pops out, I can check the symbol and then replace it, so that's good. So this one, the finish itself is nice, the colours are lovely, the shine is lovely, the movement of the canvas is still really nice, and it's got a lovely sheen. I don't know whether you can see the light there, the shine and the light there. So yeah, the price of this painting, I'll just give you a little bit more information. So that's all. That's the so it gets half a point for a nice finish, but it loses a point because it loses half a point for the sealing. So this one gets a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So this one gets a total of 11 out of 16. So it's not too bad. It's scored reasonably well. Definitely over half, or over 50%. So that's good. So I would say all in all, this has been a reasonably good canvas. The main issue I've got with it is the pop and drills, I must admit. So that's that. A little bit more about this canvas is that it was bought with a subscription box. I didn't buy it separately, although you can do that for $10.99 plus shipping. If you get it in the subscription box, you would get it with alongside another painting and some other goodies that come in the box once a month, and that's $47. Now then, it equates the currency in this country, so it alters a little bit every month as to how much you pay, but usually it's around £35, and it does come from the United States, so it can take a little while, but it's not. I get a notification, like an email, to say that it's been it's gone through and that it's been shipped out, and then usually it takes maybe a week, maximum a fortnight before it gets here, so it's not too bad coming, which is lovely. So I think that's all I've got to tell you about this canvas. So what I meant to say as well is the reason I've done this canvas, because it's a mermaid, is for Cal's Crafts Anything Mermaid along. She's doing a it's not a collaboration, but something like that, where she is doing any craft to do with a mermaid. So for example, you can do resin, you can do knitting, you can do crochet, diamond painting, cross stitch, anything, any craft that you enjoy doing, as long as it's to do with a mermaid. So you can have a diamond painting of a mermaid, you can do some wood carvings of a mermaid, or etching, whatever you want to do, as long as it has a mermaid theme to it. You then get a point or an entry for each craft. You don't get an entry per piece of art within that craft. So if you did, say, 3 cross stitches and 4 diamond paintings, that wouldn't equate to 7 entries. You would only get 2 entries because you were doing 2 crafts. I hope that makes sense. If you want any more information, please check out Cal's Crafts. She's a lovely, lovely lady. Does some fantastic videos, and goes live on a Sunday night, which is great fun. So please consider joining the team and checking that out so you can join. It's on from the 1st of March till the 31st of August. So please come along and join us for that. If you're new to this channel, thank you very much for stopping by and checking me out. I hope you've enjoyed what I've told you today, and it's been quite informative. If you've got any questions at all, please ask me in the comments. Constructive criticism is always welcome. Please keep it clean and respectful, and I will respond to all of that as soon as possible. I do try and respond pretty quickly, and I try to answer all comments, so please bear with me. I'm new to YouTubing, so I will try and link all these products in the description, and possibly try and put an eye to a video. But as I say, I'm still new to the technicalities of YouTube and how it works, so I will try my hardest. So please bear with me and learn along with me. You know, you learn by your mistakes, so let's see. I'm sure I'll make many of them. So if you want to stick around, continue subscribing, please hit that subscribe button and press the bell, and then you'll find out when I'm doing a video, which hopefully at the moment I'm going to try and do at least one a week. Maybe even more than that, and I am considering doing a live as well. What else? I think that's everything. Oh, if you've been before, thank you so much for coming back. I am so grateful for the subscriptions that you've given me, the support that you've given me. Please stay, hang around, watch the videos. I'd love to get to know you better and continue to have a chat with you. That would be lovely. So please stick around. Give me a thumbs up on your way out. That would be much appreciated. So on that note, I'm going to love you and leave you. Please remember to pass on a smile if you get the opportunity to, and I'll see you next time, folks. Bye.